78% of the population in Uganda is under the age of 30. 79% of these live in rural areas and are often unemployed or underemployed. Agriculture is the largest source of income for many households in rural areas, employing 76% of Ugandans. Despite the need for labor force in agriculture, many youth do not perceive it as a profitable or prestigious profession. Decent rural employment is key to achieving food security and alleviating poverty. The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, through the Integrated Country Approach project, has committed to foster an enabling environment in support of decent rural employment with special focus on rural youth and women's economic and social empowerment. The approach leverages on FAO's core functions that include policy and strategy advice, technical support, capacity development, knowledge generation, as well as advocacy and communication.
We have been helped by the Food and Agriculture Organizations of the United Nations. They've been helping us organize our farm camps. They've been giving us advisors. They've been giving us funds. So we created a partnership with them to create awareness to protect children from the pesticides. So they helped us create this visual guide to protect children from the pesticides. It briefly talks about how children are exposed to pesticides and how we can prevent the exposure and to protect the children because they're more vulnerable than the adults.
Through collaboration with other ongoing FAO country projects such as the African Roots and Tubers project and the African Solidarity Trust Fund project, the Integrated Country Approach for Decent Rural Youth Employment project has supported economic empowerment of rural youth. Emmanuel Tukwasiwe says FAO support has enabled his organization train young people in mushroom growing.
We are able right now to grow mushrooms having a minimum investment of only 75,000 shillings. We can make a lot of mushrooms and harvest up to an income of 450,000 shillings per cycle. We are able to dry the mushrooms and sell this as finished product or crush and make powder out of it.
The project has also created and strengthened stakeholder involvement and dialogue that addresses rural employment and decent work. FAO supported knowledge-sharing events like the Commonwealth Youth Ministers Meeting, where different stakeholders from across the globe participated in the debate on youth development and employment. Through policy and strategy support, the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Policy and the National Strategy for Youth Employment in Agriculture were developed. In conjunction with the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, FAO created the Youth Champions in Agriculture initiative. The process involved selecting 25 youth champions and training them on the key aspects of productive employment, decent work, good agricultural practices, and financial literacy.
For years, I could say for decades, we've been trying to convince people that agriculture is the way forward for most of the African countries. And sometimes people see it as just rhetoric, just talking. So we said, now why not we identify champions, people who have done it, who have been there and they know how it is done, what they got from it, to talk to other people and show them where to go. So this is why we're here to actually celebrate these champions and show people that these are people who are actually leading the young people, to show them that agriculture is an alternative.
The competition was won by Kisembo Charles Goodyear, who received 3.5 million shillings. The second prize went to Fatuma Namutosi, who won 2.5 million shillings. The third prize of 2 million shillings went to Ali Ashidri. The rest of the champions received 1 million shillings each. The champions were encouraged to use the funds given to them to boost their enterprises.
When you look at my background, I just started with only 70,000 Ugandan shillings. Today I'm almost living my dream, because I remember when I was still a young boy, I needed to earn only 600,000 a month. And today there's no single month that I can earn less than 3 million.
You have to be role models to those young people. And young people always want to see that, are you getting something from farming so that we can follow it? we have tried to make sure we live responsible lives, to make sure that other people can look onto us, that they can also participate in agriculture, because it is the way to go.
I'm so excited about this opportunity of being a national champion. I was selected first runner, and I know this position, I am going to use it to inspire so many other youth who fear to venture into agriculture. And we all know how the unemployment problem is really killing us out there. So I'm really excited about this, and I will rightly use this position to bring on board as many farmers as possible.
The ICA project, through the dialogues, the policy work, and the evidence that we've collected and shared both at national and regional level, has created an understanding of this big challenge of unemployment of young people in our country. Our stakeholders now understand that the youths are not the same. This therefore has created an understanding amongst our stakeholders there is the need of different interventions while targeting these young people.
By promoting agricultural enterprises and policy coherence, FAO is empowering rural youth as agents of economic and social development in Uganda.